Menteri Rangba ke jela kurat sangma ni kesngi ulalej bani shimenta ka adsen arhajar arpun rio ka simina halok jingeta ya ka rukom traikam na ka benta ka jingjob haki competitive exam ka UPSC bat kiwedi ki competitive exam ha ka jela ber ka sorkar pedeng ya ka siam inspire check ru lasam ha ka ni ka jingelang ka balapan long hamati campus mau diang Habai jingkren hakani kesngi Menteri Rangba ke jela kurat sangma ula ai kublai ya kamati halor ke jing penlong ya kani ke jingelang bat ong kani ke dek sinjam ke badon buram bat ke bakongsan ban ai lenti sya katong jong ke jingjob ya kitu ki samla kiba iakhun ya ki exam kiba per ha ke UPSC bat ha ki wei ha kani kesngi Menteri Rangba ula samru ya ka check Sya ki nyongut ki kebalapas ya ki UPSC Civil Service Preliminary Examination da ka song pisa ka ba sanpo hajar tengkah. Bat ula peliru ya ka Digital Learning Lab jong ka Meghalaya Administrative Training Institute ha ka ni ka jing yalang.
I got my school in ICSE board, and after that I did my bachelor from St. Anthony's. And after that I actually appeared for the JE and the NEET exams, but I actually entered for the Indian Institute of Science because at that time I wanted to appear for research. But after I did my 5 years BS MS research in Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, I wanted to try a different path. So after that I started preparing for UPSC, and this is my third attempt. And I've cleared prelims twice, and this will be my second means. What I find is that for in preparation is like most people are not aware at the time. Today it's much better, not as like before, but at the time you don't have awareness. So,
A very warm welcome to this very important one-day conclave called Ascent 2026, which is a stakeholder meeting of all the important stakeholders, from parents to teachers to students to us in the government, to brainstorm and to really come out with a strategy as to how we can prepare the youth of our state towards gaining success in various competitive exams, particularly in the UPSC and other such exams. We are really inspired to have our Honorable Chief Minister himself to give the address today and to be here as a chief guest to motivate and inspire our students. Sir has always guided us and encouraged us to take this important aspiration forward. We know many of our youth aspire to crack many of these competitive exams. However, there are many gaps. Although we have been creating various opportunities, particularly Mati with the PETC, and many people are clearing prelims and other exams, yet the last mile, especially in terms of UPSC, the last frontier, we're not able to reach or crack or breach. In fact, let me start with an important statistic. If you see the last 3 decades, you see from 1990 onwards till say about 2020, which is 30 years, the hit rate for UPSC, especially for the IAS, is only 2 per decade. If you just count on your fingertips who are the officers, you'll be able to identify those who are making it from Meghalaya. Given the fact that we are known as an education hub, given the fact that many of the students who actually take the UPSC exams from other states, including Manipur, Nagaland, come to Shillong to take the exam. I'm aware of many who are from junior batches. It is something of a concern that this government, under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, has been articulating, and we thought that it's important that we come together today to look at how we can strategize to break this real gap that is emerging.
Please remember, and again I'm speaking like an old man to you, but I'm speaking with a bit of experience I've had in my life, that things move on. Things move on. You give it your shot, you give it your best. Sometimes it's meant for you, sometimes it's not. I lost my 2004 election and I cried for 2 months. And I could not believe that I had embarrassed my father, embarrassed my party, and lost an election. But then what Swapnil said, I got up again. I fell down, but I got up again. And I took a moment and said, well, what is it that I did wrong? And I realized that I did not connect with the grassroots. I realized that I was too aggressive and too short-tempered and very reactive. I realized that I depended too much on the brand name of late PA Samla to get me through the finish line, and realized that no, I need to have my own connect at the grassroots. People must know Conrad and I must know them. While the brand is there to help me, but ultimately the product will be tested by the people. It's not the brand, it's the product which will see the long-term benefit or whatever. And so I got up. I started working again. I walked from village to village. I slept in villages. I spent days and nights with the people. And you will not believe, I still am in touch with those people till now, even though that's not my constituency. But that failure of mine in 2004 taught me that I cannot take things for granted. And I must connect back to the people. And I must always be in touch with them. They still give me a phone call because the number that I had in 2004 is the same number I have now after 22 years. And that's the number they had then, they called me on, and that's the number they call me even today. And maybe I would not have been like that if I had not fallen in 2004 and got up and shook myself and I said, I must change. I must cool down. I must have my feet on the ground. I must be with the people. And that was maybe the purpose of that failure that I went through. And that was just that moment, of course. And that changed me. It changed me to some extent to the kind of person I am. Then 2013 failure, again I failed. And that again changed me even further. And I'm not saying that, I'm a perfect person, but I'm slightly better than what I was back in 2002, 2, 3, 4, like that. And please remember, as I said, my closing remarks are that only. Please remember, it's an infinite game. It's a journey. Important part is to be playing the game. Don't be outside. And in each game you will win, you will lose, you will win, you will lose. But learn from every single moment that comes through. Figure out what you want to do. Be clear, as I said, on your thought process. I think what Cyril said is so important. You must know what you want. I think a lot of people don't know what they want. They just do it because somebody's telling them to do it. Some of you are here saying, I want to crack the exam, I want to crack the exam, I want to crack the exam. I think that cracking the exam is one part of what you should be thinking about. And what should be driving you, and ask this question in your heart, is that why do I want to be an IAS officer? Have you ever asked that question to yourself? Or is it just because some friend told you that let's go and give the cracked exam, let's everything, and you're just driven by that? Well, if that is an issue, then I think you need to do a bit more soul searching. And I'll tell you why. Because hopefully you will clear that exam. And then you will be starting your life and your career not knowing what you want to do. And that's when you will get astray. I came into politics because I told myself that I want to serve the people. I told myself that I want to be able to make a difference in people's lives. told myself that even one person, if I can help, it'll give me a sense of satisfaction. That purpose that I decided very, very long ago drives me till today. And no matter what position I am in, whether I'm an MLA, whether I'm an MP, whether I lose the election and I'm just a lost candidate, or I'm chief minister, that is that one purpose that drives me. You need to search within your soul and ask yourself what it is. Why am I giving this exam? Please ask yourself. The second part that comes with this also is that when you know what you want to do and you have searched within your heart why you want to be there, then remind yourself about this. In the most difficult situation that you may face 10 years, 15 years in your career, that will anchor you into ensuring that you get through that phase. And I always tell people, never again tomorrow say, oh my God, there's so much of work. I never seen Cyril complain to me. He handles one of the most difficult departments, I'll tell you. Maybe that's why some hair loss also took place, but that's different. But he handles one of the most difficult, headache. I don't want to tell you that because then you may run away from those departments in the future. But I'm just telling you. But I have never seen this man complain. He will just keep working. He's a machine, I'll tell you really. He'll just keep working and he's never tensed. And I'm presuming, I've never asked him this actually, but I always presumed that he enjoys his work so much that he doesn't complain. He's exactly where he wanted to be. This is what he had prayed for, he had asked for. And so he can't complain about it, is what I'm presuming he's going through. So friends, enough of lecturing. I just wanted to share with you that, there's much more, a lot of things happening. Yes, keep your eyes focused on what you want to do, but see the ecosystem, what's happening. And we're also realizing that this need for this ecosystem, need for this culture. I was very, happy when Swapnil used the word culture. That is exactly what we want. We want the culture of sports in Meghalaya. We want the culture of innovation in Meghalaya. We want the culture of STEM in Meghalaya. We want the culture of entrepreneurship in Meghalaya. And when we say culture, you know what I mean. When there were two people sitting together who start talking about innovation, and they will not be scared to talk about innovation. They say, oh, you know what, this water crisis that's there, let's sit down. Let us figure out a solution to this. There's technology in the world where you can get water from the air. Why don't we propose and why don't we think of a solution like that? Form a company together and let's build this up. Maybe you go to Prime to see him elevate, meet Chief Minister, propose it to him. I want that culture. And that is a culture we want for competitive exams too. People should not feel alone. People should not feel that there is nobody else standing next to them and going through the same process. I went through this in 1999 when I was trying to set up my company. Not a single entrepreneur I could get in touch with. And I felt so lonely that no system was in place. That memory and that feeling is so deep even today that I said I will not let other entrepreneurs go through this when I get the chance to make a difference. And that's what drove and brought in Prime. Why Prime came is because of a small experience in 1999 which stayed in my heart and mind. And that is what we want to change. We bring in the ecosystem. Sorry, I took too much of time, but the purpose I'm trying to tell you this is that it's not that we're doing this in a one kind of just angle. Somebody may just think that, oh yeah, suddenly CM just woke up and he wants to do this. No, it's a system we're creating in every level. Whether it's the entrepreneurship ecosystem, whether it's a musicians ecosystem, whether it's a sports ecosystem, whether it's for competitive exams ecosystem. The same formula, the same structure is what we're trying to now replicate in different areas. And this is something that we want to do. We are targeting in the next couple of years, I hope it happens this year, but in the next couple of years, we should have our youngsters and aspirants clear the UPSC. This is what we want. And we want many, many more. We want this to happen. It's not about just, one of our students aspirants was mentioning about Meghalaya and the thing. It's not just that. We want our youth from Meghalaya to contribute to nation building. Can you imagine in the days to come, some thank you or Lindo or Samla will be the Home Secretary of Government of India. Can you imagine the pride that we will feel and remember this day? It's not about just having our own DC or thing. Yes, they will have that. They will go through that process. But I see that as the next stations for us. That is a kind of aspiration, goals that we should work with. We should push us to make this happen. I get goosebumps thinking about this, that one day the Cabinet Secretary or the Home Secretary of Government of India will be from Meghalaya. I get goosebumps. But that is what motivates me and pushes me to say, no, we will do this. We'll do even more if necessary. Because we want it. Maybe it may not happen in the next 5-10 years. It may take, but we will lay the foundations for that today. We will motivate, we will create the ecosystem and push the system to that level where people who think we can't do it, we will prove them wrong. And that is the kind of hope and the kind of thought process with which we are moving forward. I congratulate Marty once again. I really look forward to the positive outcomes and the suggestions that you will give us. Remember, this is a conclave meant to get ideas. We don't know everything, let me be very clear. We are maybe doing something that is wrong. Maybe you tell me that, sir, 50,000 is not enough. Can you increase it to 2 lakhs? Because that's the kind of expenditure. Or you tell us that, sir, can you ensure that while we have this whole thing in Mati out here that's happening, what about the additional exposure that's required for these aspirants? Could we have a program where we send them somewhere else for a week, 10 days, maybe interact with some of the IS officers in Delhi, and see how things are happening to kind of push them more? I don't know. Please tell me. Please tell me. And I'm all ears. I want to listen. I want to understand. And I want to do things. So you have to tell me. And again, everything will not be perfect. Please remember. Nothing is perfect. There will always be room for improvement. There will always be areas where we can't improve. That's how things are. But I think the fact that we try is, I think, what's very, very important. We must try. We must give it a shot. Otherwise, we will always regret it in the future. So I don't want regrets. Failure is something that is not entirely in our hands. But not trying is definitely in our hands. So I want to try, and I look forward to the suggestions from all of you. I once again wish you all the very best, especially our 7 aspirants who have cleared the prelims, and of course all others who are here right now who are aspiring to move forward. And as again said, it's not about just one exam. Please remember, Swapnil has mentioned to you, there are 20, 30 such exams. There's so much of scope where people are not even aware about. Let us learn about that. Let us figure that out, create the ecosystem, provide the platform, give the opportunity and all the support, and let's make this happen. Wishing you all the very best for the future. May God bless each and every one of you, and may God bless our beautiful state of Meghalaya. God bless you, Mathela, and Jai Hind.